The Jets are going to bring in some wide receiver help this offseason. That's not a question. It's not if, but who. One player that Bleacher Report believes the Jets should not chase, they've been warned not to pursue, is Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans. Let's talk about it.
Zoinks! It is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans.
Field Yates, baby. Field Gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show.
Come on, people. Connor Rogers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor Gosh darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever been.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
What's up, everybody? Paul Weston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/BoyGreen25. Before we go any further, make sure you guys like the video. Hit subscribe down below. Show your support for a New York Jets content creator, baby. We'd appreciate you. And while you're down there in the YouTube description area, you can click the article that goes along with this video to give you some more juicy deets. So the Bleacher Report guy's name is Alex K., and he warned the Jets to avoid Mike Evans in free agency. He called him one of the greatest receivers of this generation, and he remains an elite contributor. However, he believes that the savvy veteran could quickly start losing the battle against Father Time. That was the take of Alex K. So Mike Evans is 30 years of age for those counting at home. He's a 30-year-old wide receiver. He will turn 31 ahead of the 2024 season. His birthday is in August, and he is set to be an unrestricted free agent this offseason. He's in the last year of his $82.5 million contract he signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he said, despite some impressive statistics, and we'll get into that, Kay argued, quote, tiny cracks have been showing in the foundation, end quote, for Evans. And again, we saw it actually in the Super Wild Card Weekend playoff game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Playoffs, yes, in that game, Mike Evans had some drop skis. And while some people, I tweeted out, can't wait to see Mike Evans in a Jets uniform, there were a lot of Jet fans who said, too many drops, don't want any part of it. I had a different take. When I saw every drop, I said, ooh, his price tag just went down a little bit in free agency. That's what I was more so honing in on, not so a couple of drops in a game. Whatever. Mike Evans is friggin' good. And while it's a quote-unquote risky proposition, according to Alex K., that, he could have this dramatic fall off, and he again called it a quote-unquote risky endeavor. Here's what's not risky. Okay, Mike Evans is consistent. You want to know how many 1,000-yard seasons he's had? 10. Every year he's been in the NFL, he's cranked out 1,000 friggin' receiving yards, okay, from 2014 through 2023. And the other thing that really revs my engine about this is it hasn't mattered who the quarterback is. Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady, Jameis Winston, who cares? Doesn't matter. Regardless of the quarterback position, he's been able to produce. With the Jets starting at least 2 quarterbacks in every season. This past season was 4, by the way, most since 1989 for the Jets. But they've started at least 2 in every season since 2016. Okay? That's a long time. 2016 is 2024. That was 8 years ago. So every year they use multiple quarterbacks. So to have a receiver that is produced, historically speaking, regardless of the quarterback, that to me is intriguing. Also, another thing that's intriguing to me is consistency. Here's his stats, Mike Evans, over the last 4 years. 79 catches, 77 catches, 74 catches, 70 catches. Again, we mentioned he has 1,000 yards in each of those seasons. He's coming off a 1,255-yard campaign. That's the most yards he's had since 2018. He had 13 touchdowns this past season. That tied for the league lead in the NFL. So what do we expect from Mike Evans in 2024 if he signs with a new team? About 70 catches, about 1,000 yards, and double-digit touchdowns. Here's touchdowns over the last 4 years, including this past season. 13, 6, 14, 13. Average that out, folks. Hashtag math. And guess what? That's an average of double-digit touchdowns. So, to be honest, you can hit me short with the age questions and the running out of gas and stuff. The stats speak for themselves. This is incredibly consistent wide receiver. And while some people will say age is a turnoff, to me, I don't mind a few silver whiskers in the beard. I don't mind hunting for a few cougars out there on the loose. I'm all about it. Zach Wilson taught us a few lessons when he was here on the Jets roster. He still is for now, anyway. And there's nothing wrong with a cougar. You want to know what a cougar is? She knows what she wants. Mike Evans, we know what he is. The stats speak for themselves. There's no mystery. When you get a young player in here, you're like, oh boy, hopefully he could transition to the NFL, or a younger player on a different country, you're like, oh man, can he transition to this team? There's no worry about transition. Mike Evans is phenomenal, and he will be phenomenal if the Jets sign him. And the other thing I like is the Jets are all in. So age, who gives a flying hoot? Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old. You could say he's running out of gas. You could make all the same criticisms about Mike Evans that you could about Aaron Rodgers, quite frankly. So the fact of the matter is, I'm not scared off, despite what this Bleacher Report analyst says. I'm not scared off at all about Mike Evans. Quite frankly, he's one of my higher names on the list. Now, some of you may be saying, Paul, he's been a Tampa Bay lifer. Why would he leave? I'll tell you this. I get a little froggy at the beginning of the year, even in the offseason, okay, is that the Buccaneers refused to give him a contract. He wants to retire in Tampa Bay. He wanted to retire in Tampa Bay, and he wanted a contract from Tampa Bay, but they were a little froggy. They didn't believe. Obviously, if they did, they would have given him a contract. So, again, there's a chance that this video can age very poorly, and Mike Evans gets a long-term deal from the Bucs, but it hasn't come yet. And he would be one of my top targets if he reaches the open market free agency. There's a lot of cool, sexy names: T. Higgins, Michael Pittman Jr.'s. There's the trade possibility, Devontae Adams. But Mike Evans should be near the top of your list. He's been productive. He's still 30, going to turn 31. So what? He's a wide receiver. It's not like he's a running back, for Pete's sake. He's got plenty of tread left on the tires. And you give him with Aaron Rodgers, that potential increases from Baker Mayfield, with all due respect. And then Garrett Wilson on the other side, it helps everybody to bring in a guy of Mike Evans' caliber. So I'm all about it. While he could be interpreted as quote unquote risky, so is every free agent. Everyone's got baggage when they get to the open market. That's baggage I'd be more than happy to pick up from the airport. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for this quick video. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe down below. Also, while you're down there, jump into the YouTube comment section. Are you for Mike Evans? Do you believe this Bleacher Report guy? Is it too risky? Is there too many drops for your liking? Is there a precipitous fall off you're expecting here for Mike Evans? Let us know and get involved in the comment section as well. Again, like the video, hit subscribe, join the conversation. We have live shows every single day at 7:30 in the morning. Plus, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have an additional afternoon show talking about Jets free agency and the roster. Hope you guys can check it out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see as we progress here through the offseason. Take care.